Peace and blessings, everybody. It is yours truly, Amal Mari. I am the founder of El Kebalan Unity Alliance, where we focus on your spiritual, your physical, and your financial well being. Hopefully, everybody's week has been going well. My queen, Amani Amari, she is the co founder of this organization, and we pray that everybody is empowering themselves, making sure that you are educating yourself spiritually and, of course, naturally. We believe in dealing with the total man, so we want to definitely make sure that, you are taking care of yourselves and making sure that you are healthy, your mind, your body, and also making sure you are well financially. So again, that's what we focus on here. So how everybody doing out there? Um, I want to thank Queen Renee for tuning in. Thank you so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate that. I want to thank everybody. We also want to thank everybody. My good brother Wilner. Thank you so much for tuning in, my good brother. That's one of my good Marine Corps brothers right there. You know, those who don't know, I'm a retired Marine. I did a total of 20 years in the United States Marine Corps. Yes, indeed. You know, built me for this, man. So we were going to talk today about shifting our mentality. Okay, shifting our mentality. You know, just like your mindset is a vehicle in this life. I want to thank Queen uh, Tamar for tuning in. You know, the tax queen in the building. Queen Tamar, if you would, please, if you're still out there, please put your information out there so everybody can connect with you. Our queen is providing classes for those who are interested in doing taxes. Okay, so she's providing a course online, so please connect with Queen Tamara out there, okay? All right, so now, family, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about shifting our thinking. Your mind is the vehicle. It gets you where you need to go. Just like a vehicle, a vehicle has certain gear shifts. Okay, your vehicle can go forward. It can stay in park. It has neutral, and also has reverse. Okay, so we're going to talk about our mind. Our mind is the stick, if you will, that shifts. Okay, what direction our life goes in. Okay, so if you're a person that you're constantly thinking about the past, then your life is going to shift in that direction. You're never going to be able to go forward in your life because you're thinking about past situations where you weren't very successful, and so it discourages you. It keeps you from being able to make those moves in your present. Okay, and your present is literally that. It is a present. Okay, you can definitely change what your tomorrow looks like in your today. Okay, you can't do nothing about yesterday, but you definitely can avoid making the mistakes that you made in your yesterday in your today. Okay, and it can set you up for your tomorrow, right? But our mindset is what keeps us in park. Okay, if we have a mindset, you only live once. Well, I'm going to die anyway. This is the reason why some people, they don't monitor their health properly, because, well, we're all going to die, from something, and we're going to all die one day. But see, what matters is how you leave here. It's a difference when somebody spirit just leaves their body rather than somebody who has transitioned from suffering from a medical ailment such as cancer. Okay, that is a big difference. Okay, in the way that you leave here, right? Or, what about when tomorrow comes? Do you have resources for sufficient enough to handle your tomorrow when tomorrow comes? What if something happens, should you have to leave here? Are you prepared to leave here? When I say that, what I mean is, remember, you have family members that's left behind, that has to bury you. So do you have some type of plan in place? Do you have a will? Do you have life insurance? What are you doing to prepare for the future in your present? So when the future comes, you'll be prepared because of what you've done in your present. So what we don't think about will keep our life in park. We won't advance. Our life won't go forward. We won't go and drive in our life because of the way that we think. Our mentality keeps us stationary. Okay? And you have to have a plan in place in your life. You need a blueprint and map out your life so that you can follow that blueprint. It is the navigation system to help to govern your life, to keep you from being stagnant in your life. That's the purpose of goals. Goals keeps you from being stagnant. Okay, it takes your life out of park. It gets you going forward. Okay, when you have something to work towards. So you want to ensure that you have a goal in life. For instance, myself, prior to me retiring, I already had a goal anyway. Before I graduated from high school, I already knew I was going to go into the military. Once I went into the military, I knew I was going to do a total of 4 years. However, within those 4 years, I was making my decision about whether or not I was going to re-enlist. Okay. So I made a plan. Okay. Came time. I re-enlisted. Okay. Then I seen, okay, I can see I can do this as a career. Okay. So now I had a career. All right. But I know one day, I'm going to have to get out of the military. So what I'm going to do thereafter. So I had to make sure that I planned for that. Okay. Also, I set myself up financially. I said, okay, I have a total of 4 years left. I was getting close to retirement. I was at 16 years, right? And I said, you know what? I need to make sure that I'm ready for retirement. So I set up a financial plan. I did this strategically. I did it intentionally. I did it on purpose, what I was doing. So I can ensure that when I retired from the United States Marine Corps, that I would retire without any excessive debt. Okay, you have excessive debt, then you have necessary debt, when you get loans and things of this nature, right? So I said to myself, okay, I make sure the only thing I have is just a credit card. And that credit card, I make sure that credit card is up to date. Okay, so now I knew I was going to still have to work, right? So I made sure that I established myself financially to where it would be a smooth transition out of the military. I also knew what occupation I wanted to go into. So, before I retired, I made sure I submitted that application. I did everything I needed to do to establish myself so I can set myself up properly. Okay, so when I retired, when the time came, I was ready. I was ready for the future, because I had planned in my present. So when the future came, I was ready. I was ready to rock and roll. Okay. When I retired, my car was paid off. Okay. All of the things that I owed on was paid off. My credit cards was paid. All those things was paid off because I came up with a strategic plan. Now, guess what that did? At that time, I was 38 years old when I retired, right? Approximately about a month thereafter, I turned 39 years old. Okay. I worked. I had a plan. I said, okay, I'm gonna work. I said, because I knew that, we had VA benefits and what have you. I got injured while I was in the military. So I made sure that I planned appropriately by making sure I even filed before I got out. So that way, I have a smooth transition. So when it came time for me to be able to collect, I'll be good to go. Okay. And I looked at how much money will I have with my retirement, including my disability. I looked at both, right? And so what I did was I looked at my monthly bills, right? Okay. And I said, okay, I have this much money from a combination of my retirement and also from my disability from the military, right? When what I did was I just simply did the math. I said, okay, my bills total, including with my hygiene products, things that are not bills and things of that nature, my groceries, my gas. I monitored that, right? Then I said, okay, I need to have this much money in order for me to be able to make it and beyond, right? So I set up a budget and I looked at how much I would have left over after I did all of that, right? And that is what positioned me to be able to make the decision about whether or not, I need to work again. So once I found out my percentage, that it was sufficient enough, okay, and I was going to be able to take care of my bills and beyond, okay, my necessities outside of my bills, okay, that had positioned me for me to be able to fully retire, right? But the only reason why I was able to fully retire, and I did that at the age of 39, because I was a futuristic person at that time, and I still am, but I'm just saying at that moment, it set me up because I thought about the future. So I made sure that I planned for that. So that way, when that time frame came, I was able to position myself for me to be able to win, right? So I know one day I'm going to transition. I say, okay, so what am I going to do to leave my son an inheritance? So I position my family to not have to continue to experience generational brokenness, generational poverty. Okay, so I said, listen, I need to make sure I leave my son an inheritance. So, not only an inheritance, but also give him information that would establish him financially. Okay, so I don't feel like that our children should have to wait for us to leave here in order for them to be financially stable, in order for them to be able to enjoy wealth. Okay, so this is a mindset here. You understand what I'm saying? And so when you have a prosperous mindset, when you're rich in your mind, then what you magnetize into your life is wealth. Okay, now listen, I'm not just talking about monetary wealth. Okay, I'm talking about knowledge and wisdom, okay? Rich in information, having a plethora of accurate information in the spiritual arena and the financial arena that's going to help you to level up in your life, okay? So having this type of information, what it's going to do is it's going to help you to be able to have a stable life, right? So the only reason why I was able to eradicate generational poverty in my family is because my mindset shifted. So because my mindset shifted, it led us to escape poverty. It led us to escape generational brokenness. Right? It put us in a position where now we have assets to be able to pass down from generation to generation to generation. Okay? And then what you have also that's able to be passed down is intellectual property. Not just, houses and land. Okay? Because what good is it to be able to leave that to your children and they don't know how to maintain that, which you give them, right? So I'm able to also pass down intellectual property that will influence the mindset of our children, okay, and our grandchildren to be able to maintain their physical property, which is real estate. Right? So now we're talking about shifting our mindset, and it shifts your posture in your life. Right? Because see, in gear shifting, you go nowhere. So the reason why a lot of us don't get anywhere in life is because we don't have the mindset to be able to be a vehicle to be able to shift us in life to take us forward. This is why it's critical not to just get information, because see, a lot of people have information, but they're misinformed. It's inaccurate. So therefore it's useless. Okay, we want to have useful information. Okay? We want to have information that we don't need to dump. Okay? We want information that we can program our minds and it's going to take us in the direction we need to go, just like a vehicle. The vehicle is established and it's programmed to be able to take you forward, to take you backwards, to keep you in park. Okay, and this is the importance of how we wire our minds. Our mindset can shift us forward. It can keep us in place. It can take us backwards. You know what I'm saying? It's all about the way that we think, right? And I say this all the time. I will continue to tell people this. I thought my way off of welfare. You understand what I'm saying? I thought my way away from welfare. I became the Lord of my land. Instead of me thinking about a Land Rover and a Land Cruiser, I thought about buying the land that the Land Cruiser and the Land Rover drives on. I thought about owning the land. I thought about assets. I thought about having something to where my family can accumulate wealth, not lose wealth, because a vehicle depreciates in value. Whereas land, okay, real estate, land, whereas having a home, okay, properties have equity that's in it, okay, meaning that the house goes up in value. So I focus on investing and things that are going to get me a positive return. So because of me doing that, it got me out of the situation that I was in. It literally changed the generation that is coming after me and that's coming after my son. I taught my son about investments. You understand what I'm saying? I taught him about the importance of credit and the importance of ownership. See, a lot of us, we just have a mindset, oh, I'm going to buy a house, I'm going to get a house one day, because, you know, it's just a dream. It's nothing beyond that, just, I want to get a house so I can have somewhere to live, right? We got to shift our thinking. We got to see it as an investment. Okay, we got to start looking at a home as an investment, not just somewhere to live. No, it's an in-house bank. It's a cash cow, if you will. You can get money from your home, okay, and then you can buy other assets with the equity from your home, and you can build a financial empire by just simply shifting your thinking, not just looking at a home as just somewhere to live, but you look at it as a way for you to be able to use it as your own in-house bank, as my queen and I say. Right? So, if we don't have a mindset for us to educate ourselves, and we just have a mindset to get up every day and just to go on the internet, you know what I'm saying? Not going on there doing something that's meaningful and that's purposeful and that's going to cause your life to go to the next level spiritually and financially. If we just get up with a mindset every day, I'm just going to get up, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to play on the computer. I'm just going to go on YouTube. I'm just going to go on Facebook. But you don't have a strategic plan. You're not using that device for your advantage. You're not using it to build generational wealth. You're not using it to build your mind up. You're not using it to better yourself. Then what's that's called? That's called being in neutral in your life, because your life can go either way. You know, you're neutral. You're just drifting. That's what neutral is. You're just drifting. See, when it comes to a car, right? The vehicle has to be in neutral in order for it to get towed. You understand what I'm saying? And that means that the tow man can back up with the vehicle. The tow man could go forward with the vehicle. You know what I'm saying? So the tow man could do whatever it wanted to do. So it can drift. So, it can do whatever the tow man wanted to do. See, that's what happens to us when we don't have a solid plan in our life. We're a drifter. And it's easy for us to get pushed around by life because we haven't made up our mind. We haven't zoomed in and homed in on a solid focus so that our life can go in the right direction. We're just drifting. We don't have any financial knowledge, to be able to empower ourselves, let alone our children. And so our children can empower our grandchildren. We're too focused on what is the latest gossip, who marrying who, what's the latest fashion, what's the new cell phone, what's the new PC that's out, what vacation I'm gonna go on next. See, that type of mindset keeps us in park. We go nowhere thinking like that. We go absolutely nowhere thinking that way. And let me tell you something. This pandemic has showed us our problem. This pandemic has actually brought things to light about how we lived our lives. Prior to this pandemic, it shows you whether or not you wasted your life because you wasn't saved, you wasn't putting nothing aside, you didn't plan for the future, you didn't have nothing. The only thing you lived for was just today. Not tomorrow, just for today. And this is actually a wake-up call. Listen, order comes in the midst of chaos. Because see, now, a lot of us are shaken to the very core of our being. And now we see we need to wake up and start taking life more serious. See, a lot of us, we on recess when we should be working. See, we play too much. Instead of us being in work, being in class, and learning and investing, and making sure that, we're positioning ourselves to win. The reason why we lose so much is because of that reason. We don't spend the time in order for us to win. You see, we too busy arguing about, the 5G. Okay, we too busy on here arguing about, conspiracy theories and things of this nature, rather than taking out the time to truly invest in things that's going to actually empower us. We waste our time on, theories and conspiracies and, when we could be taking that time to learn about investments. Right? And so this is the reason why a lot of us, we don't get anywhere in life, because we don't take life serious. You understand what I'm saying? The reason why we work hard, because we play too hard. We play too much. Instead of working, instead of, investing in things that's going to help us to level up, we invest too much of our time in buffoonery and foolishness, and we waste our life away. And then when we get old, we end up working at Walmart because we can't stay at home because we didn't spend our time wisely in our younger years. We just kept playing. We just kept playing around with life. We just kept taking trips and, we just kept partying and we just kept trying to keep up with the latest fashions. And then the next thing you know, now we're senior citizens And we're in the same position that we were in when we were teenagers. We didn't have nothing. Now you got to work at a cash register because when you was younger, you didn't take life serious. Now you got to try to find out and end jobs because you didn't think about health insurance when you were healthy. You see? We're too busy trying to buy Louis Vuitton when really what we should be doing is buy the stocks. See, our thinking is too small. Okay? And guess what? The higher the gear, think about it. First, second, third, fourth. See, when you have a higher consciousness, then you start seeing a bigger picture. Some of us, we on ground level with our thinking, and we can't see the full view because of our thought process is too minuscule. We think too small. We don't think big enough. That's why we can't see the bigger picture, because we don't think big enough. We think small, so we only see the small picture in life. We only see what's in front of us. See, with that type of thinking, at a lower level, you're only going to see what's on the ground level. That's it. But have you ever been in a building where you went up to like a higher floor and you was able to even see more because you was on a higher floor? That's the way it is with our thought process. Okay, so in order for our view to change in life, in order for the posture of our life to change, we got to shift our mindset. We got to shift the gears of our mind to get us going forward and to get us out of park, to get us out of neutral in our life so we can have greater in our life. So in order for you to have greater, you got to think greater. What do you value? What's important to you? Even if they match you for the 401k, have you sat down and said, okay, this is my living expenses. By this age, I want to be here. By this age. My 401k, if they match me, when they match me, it's going to be this amount of money. So which means that, say for instance, $400,000. And that's all you're going to have is $400,000, right? That means that your lifestyle, you're going to have to times your lifestyle annually, okay, by how much your expenses is. And then you're going to have to think about how far will that money take you. So say for instance, your lifestyle, okay, it costs me $20,000 to live the lifestyle that I want to live. $30,000. Okay, that's only like 10, 12, somewhere around there mathematically. That means it's only going to last you roughly around, 10 to 12, 13 years, somewhere around there like that, right? Okay, so then you got to think, okay, how old am I going to be during that time? When you retire, okay, I'm going to be about 40. That's only going to last me about 10 years. Okay, you say if you about 50, okay, about 10 years, I'll be 60, which means you're still going to be alive. So then that means that once that money is gone, what you going to have left over after that? So that means that you 50, when you retire, that money's going to last you about 12 years, which means you're going to be about 62, 63. Then after that, what you going to do after that money gone? What are you going to have then? Okay, so family is just simple. It's really time to shift our thinking. It's time for us to transform our mindset because see, unfortunately, we enslave ourselves. It's because of the way that we think. We call ourselves a slave to the system. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why you are a slave because you think like a slave. You call yourself a slave. So that's exactly what you're going to be. Life and death lies in the power of the tongue. Words shape your thinking. Words form your thoughts, and your thoughts become your actions. So if that's the way you think, if you think like a slave and you say that's what you are, you actually perceive yourself as that, then you're going to live like a slave. You're going to live in poverty. If you think that you're poor, then you're going to live poor. If you think that you're broke, then that's what you're going to magnetize into your life. Some people think that, it's not that simple. It really is. It's called the law of attraction. It really is. You know what I'm saying? There's things that I have literally spoken into existence along with my actions. I pray and perform until something happens. I just don't pray. I do something about it as well. I had to fix my credit. I had to bring down my debt to income ratio. Okay, then once I did that, I had to make wise choices that will position me financially for me to be able to do what I need to do in order to be able to accomplish what needs to be done. Thank you, my brother. I appreciate it, brother. Derico, he said, good stuff, my brother. I appreciate that. So, family, I don't want to do all the talking. You know what I'm saying? If you have something to say, go ahead and say it. If you have any questions, you may ask it. If not, get ready to go ahead and tune out. And the reason why I became victorious in my life, because I think victoriously. See, I'm not a defeated person. Okay? I don't speak what something is temporarily. I look at the future. I don't look at the now. I look at the then. You understand what I'm saying? I am not defeated. I do not live a defeated life because I just see things in life as just an obstacle. It's something that I have to hurdle in order for me to be able to accomplish the things that I desire to accomplish in my life. And that's all I see as trials in my life as. I see them as lessons. I see it as, okay, I need to learn something from this. Okay. And I see it as, okay, this is an obstacle. I'm going to get over this, but I'm going to accomplish what it is that I set my mind out to do. And the reason why nothing stops me is because my mindset keeps me from being in park in my life. My mindset, the way I think, always keeps me going forward. I'm always forward thinking, so my life goes forward. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm a forward thinker. So therefore, my life goes in the direction of my thoughts. I'm a positive thinker. So I attract positivity in my life. I think prosperity. I live prosperity. I speak prosperity. I am prosperity. See, I don't allow my bank account, I don't allow the status quo, I don't allow the zip code I live in, or the house I live in, or the vehicle that I drive. I don't allow that to define me. I define me. I don't allow that to define me. I define me. I don't allow people to define me. I define me. I am prosperous. I am blessed. I am not cursed. But you hear some people, they say that. They say, oh, we're cursed. And no, I'm not cursed. I am blessed and highly favored. The Creator has given me power to get wealth. The blessings of the universe maketh me rich and addeth no sorrow. I am blessed. Blessed in the city, blessed in the field, blessed when I come, blessed when I go. Blessed is my storehouses. Brother, there's a pandemic. I'm blessed in the city. I'm blessed in the field. I'm blessed when I come. I'm blessed when I go. My family is blessed. I am spiritually blessed. I am physically blessed with good health. I am financially blessed. Brother, people dying from the coronavirus. I am well. I am healthy. I am, brother, businesses being shut down. I thank you, Olodumare, for blessing our businesses to be sustained. I thank you for the customers to be able to be provision for the vision. I thank you for the resources, brother. People are not going to be able to afford to be able to do this no more. I thank you for blessing the people to be abundantly blessed, financially blessed. I thank you for more than enough. My cup runneth over. That is not my reality. This is my reality. That is my reality. Oh, we won't be able to bounce back. Oh, we won't be able to. I thank you for us coming back stronger than we ever came before. I thank you for the latter being greater than the former. I thank you for my wife and I being an example of prosperity. I thank you for blessing my children. We are blessed. Thank you for a healthy relationship. We are well. We are whole. We are financially prosperous. With that being said, family, I thank you so much for tuning in. Guard your heart and mind, for out of it flows the issues of life, and life and death lies in the power of the tongue. Law of attraction began to speak life into your situation. And not only that, position yourself for you to win. Become a blessing magnet by speaking blessings and speaking positive affirmations over your life. It is a divine covering. And this is one of the reasons why some people, also don't prosper in their life, because they're not spiritually prosperous. They're not rich in knowledge and wisdom and understanding about how those things actually work. Most wealthy people, they believe in mind power. They believe in the power of thought. You know a broke person by the way that they talk, by the people they hang around, by the things they spend their resources on, by what they feel like is important and what's not important. You could tell by what comes out of their mouth and how they live their life. So shift your thinking and watch your life shift. Watch your life go in a totally different direction when you start changing the way that you see things. Your perception equals rejection. What I'm saying is, if it's no, then it's going to be a no. But if it's a yes, it's going to be a yes. And you got to understand, when somebody tell you no, that's not your expected end. But it is if you accept that, if you accept that no as the end, or it's the end, it's over. Well, it's going to be over because of the way that you think. But if you keep pressing toward the mark of the prize, see, that's the thing. You got to keep pressing until that thing comes into fruition. And obstacles does not equal to a no or it's over. Obstacles meaning I just have to get over this to get to. So you got to go through it to get to it. And if you put some thought into it, then you can do it. Again, this is yours truly, Amar Mari. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Kebulon Unity Alliance program, where we focus on your spiritual, your physical, and your financial well-being. Again, my queen, Amani Mari, and I, we thank you all so much for tuning in to these programs. We also want to thank everybody that has helped us to get over 300 subscribers on the YouTube channel. We thank you so much for partnering with us. Let us know how we can be of some service to one another. You know, if you would be so kind to join us on Instagram as well, Kebulon_Unity_Alliance. You can follow us there. And again, you know, we would love for you to be a part of our Facebook group as well, Kebulon Unity Alliance. Also, check out the Synergetic Global Business Connections group on Facebook that we have there. We have a pool of entrepreneurs, real life entrepreneurs that are leveling up in the arena of business. We focus on helping people who are entrepreneurs and aspiring entrepreneurs to level up in their business so that they can build generational business-based wealth. And also for those who just simply want to be an investor. You know, we have a good brother there by the name of Evan Jefferson. He posts videos there quite frequently in regards to stocks. You know, we post a lot of content there in regards to investments. We have information in regards to mortgages and, you know, just a whole lot of content that will help to empower you in the financial arena. Again, whether or not you are an entrepreneur or you're just a person that want to be economically stable. Okay, we have content there for you that will help to empower you. Also, especially on our YouTube channel and our economic playlist, we have a lot of heavy hitters there. You know, like Dr. Boyce Watkins, Claude Anderson, okay, our good brother Jay Morrison, all right. We have people like that, you know, the playlist that's there that can help you to level up, and also some other personalities you may not know, okay, that are helping us to level up. So listen, the information is out there, family. If you want to grow, the information is there for you to be able to use to your benefit, you know, tools to be able to help equip you and your family, all right, to come out of poverty. Okay, we have the information for you. And it's going to be the implementation of the information that will bring transformation in your life. We love you. Enjoy the rest of your day. Have a blessed weekend. Peace.